In a surprising plot twist not seen since the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones, it turns out that the highly credible whistleblower at the heart of House Republicans' relentless investigation into President Biden and the Biden crime family has just himself been indicted as a Chinese spy. Intrigued? Then click that like, subscribe, and the alert bell, and enjoy the video. You know, I was never a big fan of The Simpsons, and I don't really know the context of it, but there's this, GIF I've seen of, I think it's a clown, and I think it might be Sideshow Bob, and the only reason I know that is because I'm a big fan of Kelsey Grammer, because he was in Frasier. I think it's the character voiced by Kelsey Grammer. He's walking around, and he keeps stepping on rakes, no matter where he turns, he keeps stepping on a rake, and then he goes to move, and then he does it again. He's, just impulsively stepping on rakes. That GIF seems to embody the energy, the relentless energy, of the Republican Party, particularly the Republican Party in the House of Representatives, particularly as embodied by that guy right there, James Comer of Kentucky. Okay, James Comer of Kentucky is the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, and he's using his incredible power and prominence to keep his eyes on the prize, to follow the agenda, the priorities of the American people, which is investigating Hunter Biden for the 45th time and investigating President Biden. It's not dealing with anything else. It's all about Biden. And we've been making fun of him on this channel, as one should. If you're being a rational, well-adjusted person, you should be making fun of James Comer because he and congressional Republicans have embarrassed themselves to the point that they've been repeatedly called out by sympathetic members of the Fox Propaganda Network and conservative media who are like, guys, you say that you've got the goods on Biden. You haven't produced squat. You've made bold claims. You failed to produce the evidence. We're getting frustrated. You're looking like an idiot. Well, they're about to look like an even bigger idiot. So let me play this quick clip just as a refresher in which James Comer of the House Oversight Committee, a Republican, talks about the credible whistleblower at the heart of his investigation into President Biden and the Biden crime family. Take it away, Mr. Comer.
No, he's very credible, and the people on MSNBC who made fun of me when I said we had an informant that was missing, they should feel like fools right now.
They are fools.
And this is their word.
They are fools, the other guy says.
Because again, this is a credible witness that the FBI flew all the way to Brussels to interview and sent several agents to interview.
But that's an example of James Comer and other Republicans talking about this whistleblower. And there are other clips I could play, but I'm just going to get right to it. So actually, I do want to point this out. This is the New York Post, conservative media outlet, complaining about the media silence on key would-be witness Gal Luft, who is the name of the whistleblower in question. Biden revelations speak volumes. How dare they not make this particular whistleblower who is in the wind? He ran, even Republicans were looking for him. We can't find him, guys. The fact that the media isn't making this their centerpiece story, this one whistleblower of uncorroborated evidence making claims against the president and his family, how dare they not make this the center point of all their reporting? Well, this might be why. So that particular guy has just been indicted for working to advance the interests of China. Yeah, so the whistleblower Republicans said would expose the alleged corruption of President Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden has been indicted on 8 counts by the federal government. Gal Luft, who is the co-director of the Institute for Analysis of Global Security think tank in Washington, D.C., was indicted in the U.S. Southern District of New York. The indictment was unsealed Monday. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams said in a statement, as alleged, Gal Luft, a dual U.S. Israeli citizen and co-head of a Maryland think tank, engaged in multiple serious criminal schemes. He subverted foreign agent registration laws in the United States to seek to promote Chinese policies by acting through a former high-ranking U.S. government official. He acted as a broker in deals for dangerous weapons and Iranian oil, and he told multiple lies about his crimes to law enforcement. As the charges unsealed today reflect, our office will continue to work vigorously with our law enforcement partners to detect and hold accountable those who surreptitiously attempt to perpetrate the malign foreign influence campaigns here in the United States. He was arrested in Cyprus in February before skipping bail and going on the lam. He remains a fugitive. Congressional Republicans who said they spoke with Luft about his business dealings of the Biden family told members of the press that he'd gone missing. This is the alleged informant. Again, he's alleged that the Bidens received money from a Chinese energy conglomerate with ties to the Chinese government. He released a video on July 5th outlining his allegations against the first family. The 8 counts Luft faces are conspiracy to violate the Foreign Agents Registration Act, FARA, conspiracy to violate the Arms Export Control Act, violation of the Arms Export Control Act relating to Libya, violation of that same act relating to the UAE, United Arab Emirates, violation of that act relating to Kenya, making false statements, conspiracy to violate the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, and an additional count of making false statements. So that is their highly credible whistleblower. He has been indicted on 8 counts for being a Chinese spy. The Republican Party will continue to have egg on its face. Hopefully, this is something that will be, widely reported on. It'll be interesting to see, because I imagine, even on Fox News, I will say, like if James Comer shows up on Fox and Friends, Steve Doocy, Peter Doocy's dad, is going to ask him about this. So, like, hey, a highly credible whistleblower, huh? Chinese spy, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Republicans work to address this. I imagine they're going to be like, the spin involved to try to who would know better about Chinese espionage than a man who is himself a Chinese spy? To talk about espionage, one must engage in espionage. I have no idea how they're going to spin it, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's humiliating, as all of their efforts so far have been.